Welcome to the Indie Corner, where we talk about all things independent comics, specifically the greatest super comic book in the universe. Robert Kirkman's Invincible. I'm Mikey.
I'm Christian.
I'm Demoan.
And today, people, we're back at it again with episode 29 of the Indie Corner Presents Invincible. And today, people, we're going to be talking about volume 22, which covers issues 121 to 126. So we're almost there. We're almost to our tragic end. We shed a tear. It's fine, guys. We can be vulnerable on this podcast.
Just kidding. Man, I'm excited.
Walls.
I can't wait to get to the end and be like, we did it. We did, like, the entirety of it. I'm gonna feel so complete as a human being.
Word.
You get there.
Yeah. Word. Yeah, but yeah. So we're covering those issues, and it is special because it's our fourth event, known as Reboot, with a question mark at the end. And I'm really excited to talk about this because this event is kind of mind blowing, and like it's a lot mentally. So yeah, I'm excited to get right into it. So yeah, we'll step right up. So yeah, Christian, you got issues 121, my guy.
I do, sir. Yes. Do you want to talk about? I was about to say Matt's prediction before we put the cover screen of.
Oh yeah. We'll just do that first.
Well, I mean, there's no point at this. Matt predicted that Immortal would take care of Robot before Invincible got back, as you could see by the cover.
Oh, now?
The cover.
Let me put on now? Okay.
The cover. He failed.
Well, we don't know if he failed yet. That's just an assumption.
That is true.
We'll have to find out.
Based off of context clues that Rex shoved his fist about 1.5 feet up Immortal's ass, that he's not doing great with saving the world.
Also, great cover.
Also, great cover.
Yeah, I love when the blood drips down.
I miss the panels being on top.
Oh, you missed that?
I missed that.
Yeah, man. Sorry, we're not gonna see that again. It's this.
Totally fine. Anywho's, let's begin with the comic. It starts off with Duplicate and Immortal getting their asses handed to them by the robot drones. She was able to save the babies. I don't think she got arrested, but they got poor big boy Immortal, unfortunately. And he's just happy that his kids are safe and A-okay. And as he's getting arrested underneath the Pentagon, he has a nice little chit-chat with Invincible. He's going to be called Invincible as soon as this issue's over.
Well, first off, we agreed to not call him Invincible anymore after, his betrayal. We're just going to call him by his real name, Bulletproof, now when he gets demoted.
Understandable. Yeah. Bulletproof. So does that mean we can't call him Invincible?
No, we're gonna call him Invincible, really right after that moment happens. But
no. Awesome. So they have a conversation about, oh man, you could have joined us, Immortal. And Immortal's like, shut the fuck up. I don't like you. And then fucking Bulletproof is like, we're on the right side of things. Everything is great. Everything's awesome. There's no war. There's no nothing. Blah, blah, blah. And Immortal's like, yeah, keep telling yourself that. And we see Sinclair. You guys remember Sinclair?
Yeah,
the Reaniman? He pops in for a quick second.
Remember the last volume, Diaz was like, yo, if you got some allies, there's some allies in the Pentagon. So
that was Sinclair who said that. Remember that. So when they get to the prisons where the rest of the Guardians of the Globe are held, Immortal screams, now get all the way to the back of your cells, and he pulls a straight-up kamikaze, a straight-up terrorist attack with his spleen, and he destroys the cells that the Guardians of the Globe were stuck into. Also, burnt
literally takes an explosion point blank.
Yeah,
he's messed up now.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like,
ugly now.
And the thing is, like, does he deserve it? Yes.
Yeah, he assisted in killing his parents.
And yeah, I mean,
and like, being black.
No,
Oh,
no.
not that second part.
But
The
I think like,
first
it's kind of
part,
funny,
probably,
like
yeah.
with that conversation you mentioned earlier, Christian. Like literally, just like freaking like he disagrees with Immortal so much, he literally calls him a prick, and it's just like, dude, the fuck, come on, Bulletproof, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Why such an asshole?
Yeah, Bulletproof super on the side of Robot.
Yeah, he's behind it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they escape. Brit leads the way, obviously, because he's the leader. And when Monster Girl comes back, yay!
Yay.
And what's her face? The one with the wings, she can't fly, so that's fun.
Pegasus.
Pegasus. Fucking.
Sounds like someone in Regarding the Globe.
Yo, listen. I will never regret not reading Guardians of the Globe. This
That's
only affirmed how good of a decision it was that I didn't read Guardians of the Globe, because Pegasus is a dumb name. Anyway, Immortal's on the ground. He's about to pass out. He's asking for his legs so he doesn't pass out. And Monster Girl's like, someone help me find Immortal's legs. And then his son, whatever his name was, is like, I will help you in this venture, father. And
that's kind of a good impression, actually.
What?
That's a good impression, actually.
Oh, I try.
I always love the concept that he calls Monster Girl father.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Demoan?
I love that he calls Monster Girl father.
Yeah, because she's his dad.
No, and I get that. I just love the concept that Monster Girl just completely
is a dad.
Genitals.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good on them for having a father, daughter, mother bonding moment.
Okay, sorry. Another side tangent. It got me thinking. How would you feel, say, if Amanda and Rex had a child, but obviously in her human form, and had a kid? How would you find it to be? What do you think? Do you think it's weird that that kid would have to refer to Monster Girl as mom, and then Monax has to refer to Monster Girl as father?
No.
Okay.
Because it's 2021, Mikey. We were really progressive. We accept families, even if they're not the cookie cutter atomic family. Because Weez is woke.
All right.
They woke.
Fair enough.
Do you mean nuclear family?
What?
Isn't it nuclear family?
This is a non-nuclear family because it's not what is it? Man, woman, married, child. That's the standard nuclear fammy.
That's true.
But you said atomic family is what I was.
An atomic family?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's what I heard you say.
Oh, that's what I said? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant a nuclear.
Okay.
I digress. Back to the issue.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, they're not doing great doing the whole escape thing. They're getting swarmed. And then your boy Sinclair comes in with the Rihanna men. You guys remember those guys?
Rihanna boys.
Woo! They're not a great match for the Robots clan, but since he made so many, because, what else is he going to do? That's literally all that character does is bring dead people to life and then turn them into these grotesque cyclopses. He sends them off trying to find time for those people to escape. But unfortunately, it's not working. Even if Monster Girl pulls a Hulk/Loki with Brit on all of it.
I love this. I was like, what better use of Brit?
Yeah, they just use it like a weapon.
It's true.
Yeah.
So this move has the exact same energy as the fastball combo from the X-Men. Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah. When Colossus literally throws Wolverine.
Yeah, it's the fastball combo, right?
Yeah, fastball. Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's a hilarious name for it.
It's canon.
It's so good.
Yeah. So Sinclair, seeing that this fight isn't going their way, thinks of a pretty smart idea, and he turns on the White Room in the entirety of the Pentagon. And what the White Room is, you can't see anything in that level of frequency because America. And
I love this because ever since Cecil died, the White Room has never been used, and it literally makes you forget it exists until this happens. I love this.
The White
Very
Room
nice call.
So iconic.
Oh yeah. So White Room happens. They finally have the time to escape. Rex is like, all right, time for infrared vision. And then Sinclair's like, ah, crap. Of course he has infrared vision. But the Guardians of the Globe were able to escape. And then Rex is obviously mad at Sinclair. and he is ready to punish this poor boy. But Sinclair, being a also very intelligent big boy brain, not the only one in the room like Rex likes to think he is on a spaceship ready to go to, you would think, to space, but it's not space.
That's actually what I thought. I literally while reading, I thought he was about to be like, "All right, bye Earth, toodaloo," and just like,
Yeah.
and just dip, and we never see him again.
Yeah, no, he honestly just uses it as a glorified plane, which is some BS, but whatever. Rex analyzes the destruction of the Pentagon, and he stumbles upon burnt Invincible complaining about his face. And Rex is like, "Don't worry, man, I could fix it. We big brain over here." But burnt Invincible is like, "No, I deserve this for the things that I have done, for the people that I have killed, and blah blah blah." And then Rex is like, "Xander, we're doing some good shit. What do you mean that bad stuff?" And then burnt Invincible is like, "No, no, I'm talking about other stuff. I'm gonna leave now. Bye." And then he leaves.
Remember when I murdered my parents' audience?
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, I'll just say this right now. Yeah, he never fixes his face. He just leaves it.
Yeah, because it better, as he says, better reflects who he is on the inside. Then we're on the streets of assuming some random city. We have Britt walking to the new secret base of the Guardians of the Globe, and we stumble upon Sinclair fixing up Immortal. He's explaining how his powers work. You put the majority of them together, he comes back to life. But it doesn't really make too much sense. Immortal never bothered to think about it. It's a curse, so he's kind of like, screw it. He's trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Sinclair asks Britt, "How's the above world?" Britt's like, "It's really peaceful out there. Really surprisingly peaceful." And then Sinclair is like, "That's what Rex wants you to think, man. Don't be turning on us." And then Britt's like, "Yeah, I won't be turning on you." Then Monster Girl and her son Mondax, yeah, have a nice heart-to-heart about loving someone and hating someone, and then the rage that comes with it, and the fear and all that stuff. It's nice. It just means that she's a good person for feeling the emotions that she feels.
I like how Monax is now a good guy, basically. Well,
Monax was always a good guy.
Yeah, he was. We know Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rex. He just knew Rex before everyone else knew.
He was just. I would say he was just like misunderstood originally.
I agree.
Yeah.
So the Guardians of the Globe have a nice little picnic with sandwiches and chips, and Britt is acting kind of off. And Britt explains that the episode was kind of great. People have no idea what happened, but they're trying to figure out why is it so great. But everything is amazing. The world is so much better now, and it's all this great stuff. And he's obviously very for Rex, but everyone else, since they just escaped from Rex prison, are like, "What are you talking about? This sucks. We have to stop it. We have to take down Rex and all that stuff." But Immortal's like, "Wait, what exactly are you trying to say here, Britt?" And then Britt's like, "What I'm trying to say is the world's been wanting this for a long time. Even Cecil wanted this. Even if it cost him his life, he would have happily given it up for a world like this. And trust me, I knew the man. I love the man. Maybe he wasn't smart enough to figure out how to do this on his own, but he was happy to have this world." And then Rex pops in. He's like, "Hey, you're betraying your friends. Good to hear. Welcome to my side."
He's pulling a Burt Invincible.
Yeah. And then obviously they're surprised, like, "Oh, what? How did you know that we're here? Best Tiger, do the cool thing." And Best Tiger does the cool thing and pulls it out.
Like, literally, Best Tiger could kill Rex if he wanted to. Like,
he really could. Yeah. Best Tiger is probably the
best.
Only thing that can kill Rex, honestly.
Yeah, literally, like Best Tiger is.
I think
because what's it called? Because we read what Invincible Universe, that issue where like he murdered everyone, like hypothetically, completely proved that he's probably the most powerful person on the team.
Yep.
He's the Batman of
this world. Of the Guardians of the Globe.
But he's the Batman, but like dialed up to 12.
Yeah.
On the standard scale, of course, so 1 to 7.
And Asian.
Yes.
So yeah, Rex. He comes vulnerable, offering an olive branch. Anyone who wants to join him, very welcome. He understands that what he did cost a lot, killed a lot of people, destroyed a lot of relationships that he had, but he knew for the sake of the world, it was a good choice. But now he's seen that he's finally accomplished it, and he's inviting some of these people to actually join them. And some people actually join him. Brit, Pegasus, Yeti, the Latino one, the one with the boomerangs, they all join.
El Chupacabra, Pegasus, and Boomerang.
I already said Pegasus, Mikey. I remember her name this time.
Well, El Chupacabra and Kaboomerang. You have to remember Kaboomerang. He is Best Tiger's partner in crime. Okay, in me and Demoan's eyes, he is.
Is that right? The man with the boomerang.
Honestly, I was thinking about it when I was reading it. This is the Civil War. Kaboomerang. It's like splitting up.
We'll talk about this after, because it's already been 16 minutes, and we're not even. Yeah, we're like almost done. So the boomerang.
Why are you the one that's complaining when you're the one doing this issue?
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
I got you there.
Go off, Demoan. Go off with the words that you want to say. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
No, it's fine.
It's just you're in control of the pacing right now.
You're right. Yeah, Kaboomerang. He says, you know what? At this point, if we're gonna fight him, it's only for revenge, and that's what dickheads do. And then Rex is like, all right, for those of you who are still not on board, I'll give you plenty of time to think about it. I won't come after you. I won't arrest you. But if you do try to kill me, we are going to square up. So, yeah. And then Monster Girl's like, this bitch. So ends issue 121.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah. This is the Civil War. Except I guess Iron Man side won very clearly.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, this issue was pretty good. I mean, I like how this was this issue again focused more on the Guardians and like their repercussions of like Rex's regime, which is nice. A better issue than like most of the sides Guardians of the Globe stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Most issues are better than the Guardians of the Globe stuff.
I mean, yeah, but this issue just in particular, because it's focused only on the Guardians, is a lot better than like Volume 1 of Guardians of the Globe, and I'd say Volume 2, but Volume 2 was I thought it was good. But yeah, I like how again Rex, even what Rex did was wrong because he killed a lot of people, but like it's kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of nice to see that like he was kind of right, and that like everyone's fine, and like superheroes don't have to be superheroes anymore because like everything's fine. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to be justifiably mad at him with how fair he's being now.
Yeah,
like he's not forcing anyone really to do anything. He's only being defensive at this point. Like with Immortal, it was being defensive. Right now, he's just being defensive.
Yeah, he's really just trying to stay like behind the scenes. It seems like.
Yeah, because no one knows that he did anything. Like, and he did it on purpose. So, like, that the outside world at least doesn't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, you can't be mad at him. You're just like you frustrate me, but like I see what you're doing, and you're being fair. So, like,
like was it the last volume where they talked with William, and William was like talking about how everything was just getting better, and that's why they wanted to leave.
Yep.
Mhm.
And William was like, "Why do you want to leave so bad?" Like, it was a justifiable reaction for someone who doesn't really know what actually happened. So
Yeah.
that's why I liked that intro page and that volume. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, listen, and I like how Amanda doesn't go back to him. Like, I like that she stands her ground with what she believes that he's doing is wrong, which is great.
That's something that's very, very rare for
Yeah,
women in this comic.
Yeah.
very rare.
I'm looking at one of them in particular.
Like, I don't blame her, mostly because Rex did throw her out into space to die
And also
and
tried
had
to
brain
kill her
damage.
son.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, but this issue was a pretty good start, and I liked again more Guardian stuff, you know. But this was a lot more fleshed out with
Mhm.
all the backstory that we got before, so I dug it a lot.
Yeah.
It,
Anyway,
was in the comments. Do you think what Rex is doing is okay? We want to know. You think it's justified for all these Guardians to
The ends justify the means.
Yeah. So
do the ends justify the means?
yeah.
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 Issue 122.
122.
Issue 122.
I love this cover too. It's so
So we
funny.
start off the issue with Tara dying. She just got eaten by this monster.
Chomped. She got chomped.
Yeah, she was the only one alert enough to
I
see
don't
the
even know
monster.
how
So
this
the
thing.
monster was like, "Gotta take her out."
I don't even know how this thing's body just kind of works, honestly.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
do you mean? Yeah, now that I look at it, yeah.
I feel
Not a lot
like
of
if
things
she
are adding
did
up here.
like she did get like, you know, swallowed, Mark would be like, "What the fuck?" and just like dive his hands into this monster and just rip her out.
My baby. You know?
Basically.
Yeah. So the issue begins with our boy Alan the alien doing what he does as
I just noticed the words at the bottom of the cover.
What?
The man is that poor baby going to be in mortal danger every issue. Maybe. Shut up.
What?
I didn't even notice that. That's so funny.
Yeah, is that poor baby? Oh yeah.
Wait, is it did it say that for every issue?
Maybe.
It says that shit for every issue. Like the last issue said, "Oh, what are you so worried about? He's called the Immortal. ... Right? What the fuck? This is marketing genius. What the fuck?
Very nice. He calls us out.
Yeah, we gotta read them all from now on. I did not notice this.
Yeah, I'm happy you brought that up.
We even went back to the last volume. You guys missed it.
Really?
What? Shit. Okay. You know
all right,
what?
now you're just making us look bad at this point. Alan the alien, as the leader of the coalition of planets, he's talking about the threat with Thragg. Whole situation that's happening with him. He impregnated a whole race of bug people, and they're growing up very quickly. And all the other planets that are working with the coalition of planets.
They're a race of Olivers.
A race of Olivers. Yeah. I warned you guys about the Olivers, but you didn't listen to me. So they're trying to figure out a way to deal with Thragg. He's a big priority, and there's an opportunity here. Oh yeah. So so everyone's looking at Alan to figure out what to do with this new Viltrumite army that's developing very rapidly. And this green-looking alien says he thinks that this is an opportunity.
Is it a he? I don't know. I read it as a she.
It's a lizard, so whatever it wants to be, I'll respect its pronouns. Let's go with she. Alan's like, what opportunity could there possibly be with this whole thing? And this alien lady was like, Space Race reported that because of Thragg's genetic makeup of these people, Thragg used the opportunity to repopulate the Viltrumite hybrids to create his own army, right? And then Alan's like, yes, I'm aware of that. It is imperative we locate and stop Thragg before that army is allowed to grow to adulthood. And then the alien girl's like, yeah, I agree. But here's the thing. We got some Viltrumites on our own. Why don't
They have their
we
own
start a
bug.
breeding farm? It's going to be twice as productive because we got twice as many dongs to impregnate things with.
I literally laughed because she basically was, yo, let's just have Oliver and Mark fuck. That's how like Alan fucks.
And Alan, being the only one that's allowed to fuck, isn't about it. And also the people that the Battle Beast guy came from, like his planet, they're not on board with it either. It's kind of messed up.
Well, yeah, the Thundercats universe. Yeah,
the Thundercats universe. But the green alien lady is like, what do you mean? It's a missed opportunity. This is a great idea. Frankly, I'm surprised I'm the only one who thought about this. It just makes sense. And then Alan's like, all right, listen. I'm the only one that's allowed to fuck on this planet. Nobody else. And me being a product of breeding grounds myself, I've frequently spoken out against it being inhumane and terrible. So we're not doing it. End of discussion. And then the green lady is like, wait a minute. And then I was like, no, shut up. And then that green lady's like, but, and he's like, shut the fuck up, woman. And he's like, the disrespect. The Thetis would never have talked to me like this. And then Alan's like, yeah, whatever, bitch ass. And Alan's, he fucks. He's like that.
I don't know why. Like, I literally spit out my water. I don't know that caught me off guard.
So after the meeting, the Thundercats leader comes in to talk to Alan, and Alan's like, all right, drop the formalities. What you need, pal? And then Thundercats leader is like, man, I love how you're so chill and cool, and your vibe is awesome, and that Seth Rogen plays you in the TV show. I'm just here to apologize for what's your face, for being disrespectful to you, Alan, because everyone should know you're the only one that fucks on this planet.
Like, I find it funny that, like, again, like, he tries to become, like, you know, professional, being like, oh, like, I apologize for this. Like, come on now, you gotta be acting like that. And he looks like to the side. Yo, what's up, nigga?
There you go. So after that exchange, Alan's like, hey, sorry to hear about Battle Beast. And then leader of the Thundercats was the one known as Battle Beast was a great many things to my people, and his loss is felt in all corners of my world. I'm grateful he was found, became part of the coalition. The real tragedy would have been us never knowing his fate. He'll be missed. And then he's like, never is ferocity has yet to have a match among our people, but there is prophecy of another.
Battler Beast.
Remember that.
Battler Beast.
The Battler of Beast.
Honestly, though, like, just real quick, just like, I want to see how this plays, if that's actually, like, going to come up later. I honestly don't remember. So, like,
I don't remember either.
Wow. You guys are terrible.
Hey.
Oh, no, I'm actually being serious.
Yeah, I know you're pretending to be serious.
No,
and, like, you can't break it here, but yeah.
No, I honestly have no clue. So, like,
sure, okay, cool.
Trust me,
Mikey. It's all right. Audience at home, believe them, even though it sounds like they're lying.
No, we're telling the truth, though.
I'm actually telling.
Yeah, they're so telling the truth. They promise. There's no way in hell that Battle Beast comes back, or any form of that. Anywho, Alan is staring out the window like a baller, as he does. And Oliver's talking about dumb bitch shit, as Oliver does, being a dumb bitch.
Shut up.
Alan's like, oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say? I don't listen to dumb bitches. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to repeat myself. And Alan's like, don't worry about it. I was listening to you anyway. Mining convoy reported. Clear all transit stations, whatever, alerts, all that shit. I don't care. I'm Alan the alien. And then and Oliver's like, yeah, that's basically what I said. And Mark's like, yeah, I like the non-bitch version of it better than yours, little brother. Then Alan's like, okay, now to the more interesting stuff. How is that date that I recommended to you guys, Mark? And then Mark's like, it was, and then cut to the splash page of Mark beating up this alien with an uppercut.
I love this.
Very nice. Well, now that we enjoyed that image quite a bit, Alan's like, ah, crap. It's Thragg season. I completely forgot it was Thragg season. And then Oliver's like, you didn't know it was Thragg season? Everyone knows it's Thragg season, Alan. They could have died.
Alan was busy, so he didn't know it was Thragg season.
Exactly. Literally 6 weeks out of the year, he recommended to go to that place on Thragg season. And then Mark's like, and even I were really curious why we're the only people on that planet. That makes a lot of sense, knowing that it's Thragg season. How many times could I say Thragg season? One more? Thragg. Awesome. Anyway, back to Alan.
Wait, I'm sorry. I missed. What did you say?
Oh, you mean Thragg?
Yeah, okay.
Season?
Thank you.
Was it season or Thragg?
Thragg.
Thragg. Okay, Thragg
Thragg,
season.
yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Alan's like, all right, I'm going to make it up to you guys tonight. We're all going to go on a group date, and it's going to be fun. All right? And then Mark's like, oh, yeah, that sounds awesome. And, we're not mad at you for the whole Thragg situation thing. We're just getting used to this kind of living. And Alan's like, it's going to be a boys' night. You could bring
Your wife and kid?
Yeah. No, he didn't say it. He says Talia. Who's Talia?
Oh,
Talia is his girlfriend.
His girlfriend, remember?
Okay. He's gonna bring Talia to this group date.
He's saying I'll see you boys tonight.
Yeah.
But it's not just a boys' night.
Okay,
Yeah.
that confused me. Got it.
Mark's bringing, wife, kid. Oliver's bringing Hallelujah. So
I forgot about that. All right. So the date begins at nighttime. Eve is saying it's honestly nice just to get out of the house. I have no idea what this whole thing is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like some kind of movie thing. But regardless, I'm excited. And Mark's like, oh, okay, just checking with you. Then they run into this homeless person being like, hey, little help. And then Eve's like, you probably shouldn't. He's either asking for money or wants to kill us. So we should probably leave it for tonight. And they walk past.
I love how, you're just you're like, oh, Mark, let's think about this for a second.
Yeah. And then some other alien comes by to help that homeless person. And he's like, oh, geez, thank you. And takes on that alien's form. And he's like, oh, this is so much better. That might come back later. Who knows?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, it's planet.
Yeah. They make it to the thing. They're sorry we're late. It's like, don't even worry about it. I think Tara's going to love this performance or whatever it is. And also a pretty dress. And then Hallelujah and Mark meet each other. Hallelujah is like, hi. Mark's like, hello.
I don't know how she's still upset at Mark when she was literally in the wrong.
No, I feel like she's being petty.
The one who poisoned him with
I feel like she's being petty because Mark called her a bitch and she didn't like it.
No, listen, Mark exploded on her and that wasn't okay. But he was 100% right. And I don't think I'm giving him enough credit for that.
That's true.
Yeah. Oliver gets between the two, sensing the awkwardness. And he's like, oh, yeah, so Alan and Talia, they're going to be joining us in a little bit. They're coming through the back because, everyone knows Alan fucks. So everyone's going to want to bombard him.
Hashtag Alan fucks.
Hashtag Alan fucks. So he needs to take the secure entrance. And then Eve's like, are you sure it's okay to bring a baby in here? I'm told it's like a movie thing and only assholes will bring babies to movies. Shout out to the internet. Don't bring your baby to a movie.
It's true.
Or the plane.
Even if it's not like a visual movie. Even if it's just a Sonic movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a dick move.
It's true.
And then Oliver's like, yeah. Then Oliver's like, oh, no, it's close to a movie compared to what's on Earth. In reality, it's more like a light show with sounds and vibrations that tell a story. I really think your baby's going to like it.
So it's an EDM concert.
Yeah, it's basically an EDM concert. And then they were like, okay, I guess. Boom. Cut to the bug people that Thragg has been boning for like a year or so now. Actually, probably less than that. Probably like a couple months. And then he's like, gather everyone. Put the children back on the spaceship. We gotta move quick. What's up?
How many? So he obviously took a bunch of females because he's boning the females.
Yes, that's correct.
However, we also know that these bug people have very short lifespans. So
Yeah.
do you think he brought like a select number of males as well to keep the bug people going as their own population?
Probably.
No.
Nah, that probably makes sense.
Or do you think they're going to die out after it?
You know what? I don't want to think about it because
No, you don't have to explain why. We can just move on.
Cool.
Just
Yeah.
thought.
I'm going down a rabbit hole here, so let's just move on.
Yeah. So says, all right, load up, get the supplies. Got a long journey ahead of us, and we're done with the break. The cosmos, and it's important that we're not seen by anyone else while we're here. Lady working for him was like, understood. He's like, thank you. And then we have a spy keeping an eye on Thragg as he moves around planets.
Mm-hmm.
Cut back post movie situation. Poor Tara's crying like a little baby because that's what she is. And Alan's like, oh, the vibrations, I didn't expect it. Oh, she didn't like it. I'm so sorry.
Also, right now, before we get too much further, I really dig Alan's outfit.
No, he balling.
Yeah. That kind of sweater looking thing. That's kind of like a little turtleneck.
It's a fun design. I like it. But
yeah, very nice. I could see you wearing it, Demoan. If there is a version of that I could buy, that'll be your birthday present.
I appreciate that.
So he's not getting a birthday present then?
Yeah, probably not. Okay, so yeah. Eve's like, yeah, no, totally fine. We're just gonna go head back home and calm her down. Oliver's like, what? But we're gonna get dinner later. And Hallelujah's like, yeah, please come. And then Mark's like, we can't. Honestly, I'm not feeling too great either, so we're gonna dip. And I was like, okay. Another time then. We'll do something more quiet. Maybe you could get a babysitter. That'd be nice. And then the two are like, oh yeah, that maybe. We'll see you later. And good night. And then Eve's like, we are never, ever gonna have an alien babysitter because Eve is racist.
I don't know if that's kind of racist.
That is kind of racist, yeah.
It is. Eve's a racist. She doesn't trust other species to watch her baby.
Mm-hmm. Very true. So, moving on from Eve's racism, next day, Mark and Oliver, the homeboys, on a job doing their spy stuff. He's Mark's talking about putting his child to bed and how difficult it was, and Oliver's like, "Oh, geez, it must have been tough." And Mark's like, "Yeah, it's kind of tough." Also, I think Eve kind of hates it here. And then Oliver's like, something. I don't actually know what he was talking about.
Did you just tweet out all the parts?
Luma was wanting to take her out sometime, try to mend fences. Oh, okay, yeah. He was offering for his girlfriend to take Eve out and hang out and do some fun stuff.
Which is nice. Girl time.
Yeah, which is very nice. Some girl time. And then Mark's like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. And they're like, wait a minute. There's a thing underneath there. Illegal cast lock farm? And then Oliver's like, yeah, we'll mess it up. Hey, I know you're a dad now and you don't want to get into any big stuff, but you want to beat him up? Mark's like, yeah, let's go beat him up. I was like, hell yeah, let's go beat him up.
Dude, I missed Oliver. I missed him saying that's his iconic phrase. Hell yeah, bro. He still got it.
Yeah.
That's Oliver's iconic phrase. Hell yeah.
Yeah, not Kite Man, just Oliver.
Yeah. So they get to that place, and then they have this weird looking monster pop out. And then
it says it's named Rhinax. It's very clear.
Yeah, a Rhinax. It's like Rhinax. It screams Rhinax.
Like a Pokemon.
Yeah. And then Oliver's like, what is this thing? He screams Rhinax, and Oliver's like, it's a Rhinax. Mark's like, all right, very funny. The Rhinax is really strong. Throws Mark around like he's nothing. And Oliver's having a hard time too. And Rhinax still screams Rhinax because that's what Rhinax do. And then we cut to Eve. She's like, finally. Peace and quiet. Baby's asleep. He enjoys the outside a little bit. And this weird alien monster perches itself up on her ledge, and she's like, "Oh my god, what? Do you need help or something? Why are you here?" And he just goes, "Hurt," and just throws up on her balcony. And he's like, "Oh my god, why?" And then the monster's butt screeches at her face, and then they fly away.
Okay,
no. It's not. That's not what that was.
I interpreted the thing that was throwing up was
the butt. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
And it was the mouth yelling.
I thought that was mom.
It's like the unanswered question, like, how does cat dog like poop and pee? And I guess this kind of answers it, like which head does what.
Fair enough. Well, regardless of that monster, if it vomited or took a dump on her balcony,
I say it did both.
Yeah. She is not enjoying her time on said planet.
She hates it, in fact.
Dude,
she in fact hates it.
Now, alien shit is corrosive too. It's literally burning into the ground.
Mm-hmm. So, post dealing with that monster, the brothers are like, "Woo, great job, team. How's your back?" Mark's like, "It's fine." It's like, better luck next time, old man." Mark's like, I'm just lucky. Don't even worry about it. And Oliver's like, don't feel bad. It was a Rhinax. We definitely would have called it in if we knew that the Rhinax was there. I thought those things were like extinct. And Mark's like, wait a minute. Did we just possibly kill something and made it of an endangered species? And then Oliver's like, hell yeah, we're freaking heroes because Oliver's an asshole. Yeah. Like everything he says just affirms the fact that he's not a great person.
We'll keep talking.
Oh God! You see, oh God, I can't.
Keep talking. What's happening in the scene, Christian?
All right, so Oliver was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I was just kidding about the whole extinction thing. You big softy." And Mark's like, "You're a jerk because he is a jerk." He's like, "Oh man, Eve would have killed me if she found out what was happening here." And Oliver's like, "Yeah, you gullible bastard." Then they talk to this robot thing. It's like, "All right, Alan, we'll see you now. Sorry for the delay." They give the report of the illegal Canslock farm and all that stuff. And it was so terrible seeing that little guy that was kept there, barely able to leave their pods. And then Alan's like, I'm sure it was horrible. And there's something else I wanted to talk to you about. We found Thragg. Space Racer is intercepting with a team, and he's going to be in there shortly. We're hoping he remains undetected to keep an eye on Thragg. Next page, splash page. He was very much detected. Very, very much detected.
I absolutely love watching because Space Racer's just a dude on a bike with a gun.
Yeah, he really is.
And
he really is.
A gun that can shoot through anything. Remember?
Yeah, that. you can't just say just a gun.
That's important. But like, when you boil it down, he's a dude on a bike with a gun.
Yeah, that's true.
He's fighting against people who can fly without a bike.
That's true.
Do you think he's their equivalent of what's his name? Lobo? You think it's their Lobo?
Well, Lobo's a maniac, so I don't think so.
True. I was the same, but they both have a bike. They both use guns.
Yeah, but Lobo doesn't have a gun that can shoot through anything. And plus, Lobo's like immortal. Like it's like, well,
yeah. I feel like Space Racer might not be fully immortal.
Also, are you sure? I mean, you might find out next issue.
Well,
like
that's true.
Like I don't think Space Racer has the ability to every time he he sheds blood, he can grow another version of himself like Lobo can. So
True.
I don't know. So I wouldn't say he's I could see similarities, but I don't really see him as Invincible's Lobo.
Yeah. No, I
think you might be right.
But here's the question: is he is Space Racer Cosmic Ghost Rider?
No.
Literally, the only thing that makes Ghost Rider interesting is that he's on fire. If he's not on fire, he's not Ghost Rider.
You know what? That's fair. You know what? I get it. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Yeah, but just to say my thoughts, this was a good issue. The twist with Space Racer I loved. Mark and Oliver again with that brotherly adventure. I missed those, so I'm happy that's happening. Also, isn't Canslot the snack? So like, so they're like illegally farming like the snack.
Oh no!
Yes,
that's upsetting.
So like, is there like a proper way to like get Canslot like legally? Like, what's the deal with that?
I mean, I assume they would buy it in stores, and you can get this Canslot at a discount.
Maybe.
Because it's on the black market, or maybe this Canslot really messes you up.
Maybe because it's so good, like it's like it's a profit, like it's maybe it's high in demand.
Okay.
And the only reason why Al can get it is because he's the president.
That is true.
Like cocaine.
Exactly.
Like cocaine.
But yeah, but this issue was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I like how like they don't know what this thing that they're going to is, and then obviously they think that like Tara might like it, and then obviously she doesn't because it's sounds and light. I don't think babies like high pitched sounds and a lot of light exposure.
Yeah.
No, they are not. They are not for the most part fans of those.
Yeah. So
now, if it was about keys jiggling in front of their faces,
it's just an entire key show of just like a guy just going like.
It's just one guy who goes in front of you is like. He just moves on to the next person.
Yeah, well, this issue is good. I'm excited to get to the next one. So, any other thoughts before we go to the next one?
No, I have no thoughts.
All right, Demoan, then you're doing 123.
123. So 123. We get to the cover page.
Dude,
it's very pretty, but I think it is one of the more boring cover. Like not
really.
Boring. It's very pretty and it has a lot going on, but I think this is one of the weaker covers. But here's the thing. I also have to read the thing at the bottom, which says, "Look out! This issue is as awesome as the cover is misleading."
Oh no!
So I think that was something that they were intentionally going for. They're trying to make it look more calm than it would actually end up being.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like the other comics have like a lot of blood, or the other covers have a lot of blood and like a lot of like action going on, but like this one is.
I just wanted to point out. I don't know if y'all remember, but it's like kind of like a throwback on the GroupMe for when we used to like operate through GroupMe. This was the image on our GroupMe that we had.
Remember.
Yeah,
it was familiar. Yeah,
because someone made a GIF of it, and like all the ships moved and all the ships in the background were like it was really cool. But
that sounds cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I like this cover a lot. It's funny how they put him in the costume for this one, even though obviously he doesn't really wear the costume anymore. But yeah, I like it.
Even when he goes on a coalition business, it's not his costume.
It's not his costume. Yeah. But yeah. So good stuff.
Good shit. But anyway, we can get started. Like I said, I like the cover. It's just it has a lot less going on than the other covers.
True.
But apparently this cover is the issue is as awesome as the cover is misleading. So we'll see how that goes in a minute. So we start off this issue. Eve is just staring into the distance while Mark looks at her, and I do want to say this. Wait, actually, never mind. I lied. Because I was gonna say it's one of those things. They talked about it earlier where they made the joke where they reused panels.
Yeah.
But they did change the background slightly.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So, but for the large majority, it's the same. But anyway, Mark's talking and he's like they're clearly in the middle of a conversation. Mark's looking for an answer, and Eve is just like, I get it, man. It's work. You got to go to work. Like, work. Yeah.
Work.
Yeah. Work. That's it. That's it. Am I echoing?
No, you're good.
Okay, I thought I was echoing for a second. But anyway, she's just like, hey, you got to go to work. I get it. I'm losing my mind here. You and Oliver have been doing work, keeping busy. And I'm just like chilling at this apartment with our daughter, and she's having alien planet cabin fever. Because she's just she feels like she's chained to this baby because she's an alien racist. She doesn't trust people to wash her down.
That is true, yeah.
And of course, Mark's like, hey, I understand we haven't had a bunch of time to settle in. And then he offers, hey, I will watch the baby today. You go take some time for yourself. Of course, good mother, she's like, you got to prepare for your mission. But Mark explains to her that they're doing mission prep today, so he doesn't have to do anything, and that he'll have the whole day free, so she should just go. At this point, she doesn't even argue, and she's just out of there.
She just dips. She's like, okay, bye. Like, it just changes.
Yeah. Also, she asks once and then gets the go ahead, and then she's gone.
Also, like I like the fact that she's wearing a skirt. I totally forgot she had the robotic leg. Actually, when I read it, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about this.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't see it a bunch often.
Yeah, because she always has it covered. She actually like wears pants or like a dress or something.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, our boy Mark is super excited for a daddy-daughter day. And then I think these next 2 pages are really cool.
I have them both, so I'll put them up.
Yeah, the first one is it watches all of Eve's day as she goes throughout it. So like we have a bunch of fun panels. We see there's a little alien on a hoverboard in the top right corner. We see a girl eating another one of those things.
No, it's the same girl. It's the same girl from the last time.
I thought it was a different.
Jesus.
Why does she keep letting them get lost in trees?
No, they sell them.
Eating it.
They're literally food. Like they sell. Oh yeah, she keeps letting them scurry on by mistake. But like yeah, like it's just food.
But yeah, Eve goes out through the whole day. She has you as she goes later on. You can see her shopping spoils as she's going, and eventually she does come back in a beautiful sunset. And she asks Mark how his day was. At this point, we see Mark's day, and we see that he's playing with a baby all day.
He's just playing with Tara. So it's so cute.
He's being a good dad. He changes a lot of diapers, but she's a baby, so like you'd expect.
Like he changes her, he like feeds her, he burps her, and she takes a nap, and she's wrecking like his comics. It's just so great. It's so genuine and sweet.
So
and I love it.
I love Baby Tara is great.
And also, like, I want to point out with Eve's like day, like you can see like from when she begins, like she looks very uncertain and like just like very uncertain and like, has like a blank expression. But you see it like as her day goes, like her expression gets like happier and happier, and I love that.
No, she's embracing it. I think she really needed this day, just period. Even if she wasn't chained to a baby.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, sorry, that's what I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Yeah, but anyway. She comes back, and they have the talk, and it's like, hey, put the kid to bed. We're going to do the shit adults do.
Yeah.
What?
Fuck.
What? Oh, no.
I don't know what happened that came out. Like, I really didn't mean to say it like that. My fault.
Oh, gosh. So, of course, I have to assume that we get the aftermath because they're both naked in the bed.
Okay, here's the thing though. I want to say this real quick before like we continue, because when I was reading, I was like, are we actually clear that like they actually had sex? Because Mark's like situation, or like are they just like cuddling naked?
Right. Mark got pegged.
That's not what I meant. But
it's
like after like
it's definitely ambiguous, but
yeah, because he's dealing with his trauma, Christian. You heartless.
But no, but I think they had sex in the last volume at the end of it.
Okay, I think yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know if getting pegged would help with trauma. It might have helped him a lot.
Oh, we're not gonna get to that. We're not gonna get to that right
now. But anyway, we come in to what I assume is the aftermath, and they're just having a talk. And they're like, hey, if you want, we could like move to a different planet, something like more similar to Earth. And Mark's trying to like make everything easier for Eve. But Eve's like, I don't want you to do that. You have your job here, and I want to try to make this work. And of course, Mark's like, if you change your mind, tell me. And Eve's like, I always speak up. Don't worry about it. Now we're going to cuddle before you have to leave. And then we get to the next page, and it's a lot of military people ready to head off. And Eve is obviously sending off her husband. And they're saying very fond goodbyes, ready to see each other after they defeat Thragg. And Oliver, he's flying, even though he's very close to the ground. Honestly, it's a little pretentious.
I mean, he likes flying more than walking. So.
No, I get it, but like everyone else is walking, bro. Like,
yeah.
Use
more facts, Demoan.
And also, Christian, just also a tangent. I just love how I just see you just looking like you're getting tired after eating that sandwich. I'm really just staring at you, just like, yo, he's really like exhausted eating this sandwich.
Listen, man, it was a hot sandwich.
Listen, man, no. What type of sandwich was it before we move on?
Making me be all winded after that sandwich.
No, what type of sandwich was it, real quick, before we move on?
Meatball sub.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
You know it was good.
You deserve to be tired. All right, continue doing it. I'm sorry.
But anyway, Oliver decided to fly up, and he decided to criticize Mark for walking. Like I said, pretentious. Mm-hmm. However, Mark kind of immediately puts him in his place. Says, you know what, Thragg kind of messed you up last time. So don't get like
it wasn't like a comeback. He was just like genuinely like being concerned, like, which is what I love, because literally like last time we like Oliver was young and like they fought Thragg fucked him up, and he's just being a concerned brother, which I love.
You know what? Yeah, it is true, because they do have a small conversation later on that Mark can be concerned but still completely trust his brother.
Yeah,
understand that he's an adult, so it's definitely more what you're saying. But anyway, Alan is staying behind because he has to lead the coalition, and he tells Eve, if you ever need anything, just tell me. I will be there for you. I'm very awesome, and Eve is ready to keep that in mind. And then we get a really pretty splash page of
just real quick. Just real quick. I just love that Tara just touches Mark's face and she's like, I love you. And then he's like, I love you, bro. It's so sweet. I'm just like, oh god, this is gonna suck for the next couple of issues.
Oh, baby love.
Oh god.
I can't wait till we get back to baby Tara.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when we get back to baby Tara after this, it's gonna be very heartwarming.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we're on the ships. Oliver's trying to get Mark to stop worrying about him, and Mark's like, "Hey, I can worry about you. I just love you, man." And he explains it to him, and he's like, "But we got to be careful. We got a whole army of you out there." And Oliver's, of course, like, "Well, if we had a whole army of me's, I think we're screwed." Because he's very cocky. But anyway, they eventually do land on the planet, and they find the scout, and he apparently hid as soon as everything went wild, and didn't do anything. So he was worthless at the one job he was supposed to have.
Yeah.
The only thing he knows is that Thragg is not on the planet. Or let me rephrase. All he knows is that Thragg is not anywhere that he can see. He just knows that they left. He doesn't even know if they're on the planet still. So they have to search the whole planet. And as they're searching, Mark finds this cave. And he flies down and down, and eventually he just gets cold deeper and deeper. And eventually he lands, and he's greeted by this beautiful mass of blue vines.
Well, he didn't fall. He was falling and then got pulled in by this thing.
No, he got pulled in, but when I say fall, I meant he didn't land the way he wanted to. He was pulled down and then fell to the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, he sees this blue mass and it tries to talk to him. Oh wait, no, it doesn't try to talk to him. He actually tries to just talk at it.
And
And
also like he loses communication with Oliver, like the comms just shut off.
Yes, yeah, he loses communication. That's also important. And it's also important to note that it was like a pitch black cave until it wasn't. And he touches the massive vines, and all of a sudden he's on the toilet, back at home, back in high school. Ooh. And his mom knocking on the door, trying to get him out of the bathroom.
Was
this shit looks familiar.
This entire time?
That's right. We're rebooting Invincible.
Dude.
Woo! Round 2, baby!
Dude, I will never forget when I read this issue, like when I first read Invincible, and literally was just like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? Like, I was just confused. I was like, what is happening? Like, do I have to go back and read issue 1 again? Like, what's happening here? Like, so, I mean, fuck.
A lot. It kind of sucks because we never see Terra again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gotta go all the way back. It's reboot for Invincible, so we're starting up again.
Yeah. Would have been better if he was black, but whatever.
No, it would be funny if I like photoshopped it and I just made Mark just black.
Just put blackface on him. Jeez.
Just to throw everyone off and then actually throw the real page right after that.
Oh my god.
That'd been funny. But thoughts on this issue? This issue is good. This is like what also one of the biggest twists. I would also say like on the list of like really big twists that affect the story of Invincible. This is by far one of the biggest that we've seen.
I agree with that.
Like very big. Like this is astronomically big. And yeah, man, like it just sucks that like it's just like this issue was a goodbye issue. Like to like Eve, to Terra, to basically just Eve and Terra mostly. And you know, we're just gonna see like what happens because I was always gonna say like before like you revealed it, like you remember when Mark said that like the last volume that he's never gonna leave Terra ever.
Hate to see it. Hate to see a deadbeat dad.
I mean, he's not a deadbeat dad, but like it's just like he just couldn't. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't live to his promise. We're gonna see how that works.
It sounds like what a deadbeat dad would say. But all right, we'll see how things end up.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, in the next issue, maybe.
Okay. No other thoughts before we move on to issue
124.
Oliver sucks. That's my thought.
No, I love Oliver.
I enjoy Oliver, but I feel like with what we're eventually going to learn, Christian will feel justified.
Okay.
In disliking Oliver, and I don't think we learned that actually this episode. I think it might be next episode. It might actually be the end of this episode.
But yeah, this issue is pretty good. I just that I love you both and the hug, when he hugs his wife and his fiance and child, I was like, shit, man. If this happens, I'm like, God. It really hit. But yeah, any other thoughts before we move on?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so issue 24, aka Reboot Part 1.
Oh my god.
And we're starting all over again.
Woo! Round 2, baby.
And again, I love this cover, and I love how the headline has changed to a superhero universe so well constructed it doesn't need a reboot with a question mark at the end. So
I hate Alan's teeth, like his toothy grin, just like
he's like,
yeah,
like he's literally just like yeah,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but no, great cover. And for our audience, just to be aware, this is a 3-part event, so like all the covers actually co-connected with each other. And you'll see from the thumbnail, like the entire thumbnail for this video is the entire cover for this entire event. So it's really cool. It's a kind of a montage of Invincible's like life, essentially. Like, well, the first 9 issues of his life. But yeah, so we'll get right into it. So this issue again begins where we left off with how we saw Mark in Invincible #1 on the toilet reading Science Dog and looking very confused because he's just like, what is happening? And his mom is just like, okay, come on, Mark, come on, let's get ready for school. Like, what's happening? And also like Demoan, I must mention real quick, like his mom also was like, yo, like, did you have a flashlight in that room? Which basically means that, yeah, like this creature literally just dropped him in the past, literally. And that's when he said, holy crap, like what's going on with that page. And yeah, so he's like, okay, guys, you're gonna be late for school, and he's just like, okay, and just goes with the flow, and it's like, oh, your dad's on TV again. That's what makes sense. Like, make against why I didn't come home last night. It literally the same lines from Invincible #1, which is great. And he's like, oh, okay, fine, now I'll go help him right now. And it's like, go help him. It's like that's hilarious, bro. You go to the bus and get like, you're gonna take the bus to Taiwan? Shut up, stop being dumb. And he's like, oh wait, yeah, because I don't have my powers yet.
Ooh.
And he just goes off to school. And I think it's what do y'all feel real quick? Just real quick question. That like, is it weird? Do you think it's like, how do you feel like it's oddly it's art instead of Corey's for like the basically like rehashing the first issue of Invincible? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm already used to this art, so I didn't feel anything really.
Yeah, I think that was mostly the thing that I've been so used to this art that I didn't even register that the first few issues wouldn't have been this art.
Yeah,
I went back and checked stuff against itself.
Would have been interesting if it was the old version of art.
Yeah, drawn the exact same way. So like, Walker had to downgrade on his progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought for me, just because like I thought like the first like those first issues just with Walker's like early art was kind of felt a little special because like again when Ollie picks up it's totally like amped up and different. So like I don't know, something wholesome about it. But I also don't mind Ollie drawing what Walker did early on. So
right,
it's good stuff. But yeah, so it transitions back to the high school and immediately Mark's just like, okay, I gotta go find Eve. Because obviously, like Eve's his fiance, love his life, and he goes up to Eve. He's like, "Hey, Eve," and she's like, "How do you know my middle name?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, because all your friends call you that." And he's like, "Oh no, but we're not friends though. So how the fuck do you know who I am?"
Ooh.
And Lily's head is just like, "Shit." So yeah, Eve doesn't have Eve has no idea who he is because they haven't met yet at this time in the past. And he's just explaining it's like, okay, like. He's like, okay, listen. It's like I know you. And it's like I know you. Like we're not friends yet. Like I'm from the future, and like like I need to talk to you about something. It's like, can we go somewhere else to talk? And it's like, you want to talk? It's like, please, like I could really use your help, Adam. And he's like, okay, stop. It's like I know a place, and remember, it's the same place they went to go get changed.
That's right. They're gonna fuck behind the dumpsters.
Right behind the dumpsters.
And that janitor is gonna come looking for him.
Yeah.
Join in.
Yeah. And he's like, and she asks, how do you know who I am? And he's like, well, we work together, or like we will work together. He's like, I just don't have my powers yet. He's like, okay, yeah, you're insane. And he's like, no, please. It's like, hear me out. Like, I'll explain. Like, listen, like we mean a lot to each other. Like, eventually, and like I'm really scared right now. I need your help. Which again is a very understandable reaction because he has no idea what's going on. And like I know I sound insane, but like I know about you and Rex and Robot and Kate. And the team. He's like, how else would I know any of that? And he's like, I don't know, but we're gonna find out. And so then she lifts him up with her powers to go fly away. And again, obviously, remember, people don't look up. I just love this. It's just like reminding us of like how Invincible started. I love that. And then so it transitions again to the team headquarters. And guess what, people? I gotta get serious again with the deep tone voice. Our boy Rexplode is alive now.
Yay! You remember him when he was an asshole?
He's now an asshole again, so his problem.
Yeah, full circle.
But like, I literally, I got happy. I was like, oh my god, Rex.
Yeah, you're right. I do kind of miss him. Miss him. Yeah.
Rex is great in hindsight.
That's true.
Yeah.
I also think he's great just normally.
Okay, true. But like, Yeah, so now Rex is alive, and like everyone that who hasn't died obviously yet are still alive. And basically like, yeah, who the hell is this dude? Who's all this asshole? And he's just like, oh, like it's some guy I met from some guy from school. I think he's like spying on all of us because he knows a lot about our team. And he's like, listen, like I'm not, like I swear, like I'm not here to hurt anybody. He's like, I haven't been spying on you guys, like he's like how, he's like he's like how many people? And then he started explaining stuff. Well, like how many people told how many people have you told about how you guys got together? I know how Rex was homeless and was an assassin and slept under your bed. And it's like, I'm telling you, I'm from the future. It's like, okay, now like I'm really getting concerned now. Like, who the hell is this dude? The government send you? How much do they know about me? And he's like, listen, like I'm from the future. And he's like, okay. And she's like, I never told anyone that. So like, how would you know? Because again, Mark and Eve are together in the future. And he's like, who in Rex being a jerk? Like, okay, who do you talk to? Eve, like who you be spilling our secrets about? How you spilling our tea? And he's like, I tell you, I don't know who he is. And he's like, okay, what robot shows up in their page? And he's like, what's going on here? And again, saying, okay, like this idiot from the future is like, telling, like just is spying on us. And he's like, okay, listen, like, and then this is what Mark says, which is what sways robots. Okay, I know who you are. You were born deformed. You were born deformed. Like you're in a lab across town. And like like through this robot construct, and your name is actually Rudy. And it's like, okay, Rex is like, okay, yeah, like that would actually make robot swing. It's like, oh no, he's telling the truth. I never told anyone that. There's no one in hell anyone would know that. So yeah, we gotta talk. And so it transitions to remember the teacher that taught every subject in Mark's high school that was turning all of the high schoolers into bomb people.
I remember.
He gets arrested immediately because Mark told Mark, is from the future. So there's that. And so then they talk about like, oh, like yeah, like the police arrested him and all that stuff. Like all these you were right. His plan was to turn kids into human bombs. And he's like, okay. And he's like, and Rex is like, okay, well, yeah, okay, yeah, like this is actually happening. We have a future boy in our midst.
Future boy.
And he's like, listen, it's like, and Mark basically just goes on a long speech, and then just like, listen, like I'm just gonna say this because I feel like it, like like we're all friends, like like I'm still worried that this is even real, like it feels real, and like like the biggest thing is like in a like the biggest thing is like I'm a few years younger, and like and being in this body is just not right because he's like, if it feels alien because like in the future he's a lot muscular, like he's skinnier now, and he doesn't have his powers yet. But the thing is like he feels that he can help because like maybe you guys could use some knowledge from the future, like because I already, so that you can basically like you can confirm I can confirm events before they even happen. Like it seems impossible, but we can make it work. And then it's like and then there's like like robot and then him come to like kind of like an agreement where like he's never gonna really like find out like how to really like get him home. And like it feels like, man, like the things we could do with the future, like we can maybe like maybe our route with superhero ring could like be a little bit different. And like maybe like it makes me think like maybe in the like some maybe the actors that we've done have like not been really that effective, and maybe I can like allow me to do, maybe it'll allow me to like with my better judgment, maybe I can like have a lack in humanity and like do something really bad because he says he doesn't really process human interaction yet, because remember, Amanda hasn't come into his life yet, so he doesn't know how to interact with people. And then Mark's just like, he's like, okay, it's like, yeah, like, and he's like, oh yeah, like robot could be crazy. And then Mark's like, oh shit, what? No. Like now he's worried, and like, what? You have to tell me. He's like, okay, no, it's not important because I don't want to like say something just make it worse. But yeah, like in retrospect, just like I could be used to you guys, and like I don't know what to do with my parents because like they haven't done the shit they've done yet. So like, yeah, like so we can figure this out. And it's like, Mark, wait, like you have to be very careful about what you say because knowing future knowledge could like maybe you may seem like you're helping out, but it could eventually make things a lot worse. So just be careful. It's like, yeah, understood. And then Eve's like, let me just let me fly you home. He's like, oh, actually not. Like I was supposed to be at work today, and like that was the time where I realized I got my powers. So like they should have them by now. And then he starts flying. He starts levitating. So yep, I'm good. See you later. And he flies out, which is like it's so great. Like it's just it's the way things are going is interesting. And so then it transitions again to Mark and Nolan and Debbie at the dinner table like last time. And, they're just talking about how, like, again, the fight with the dragon, how that went. And then Nolan was just going on his whole speech about his day. And then, basically, like, they asked Mark, like, how was your day? It's like, it was fine. And then, she says, yeah, that's nice, pass the potatoes. So, again, the same lines, even though Mark, again, is keeping the idea that he has powers from his parents. And we're going to find out why he's doing it. But again, those same lines are still the same in time, So then Mark, again, flies out of his window. And he just goes up in the sky and just screams, I'm ready for this to be over now. Like, he's just thinking it's just one big dream, fever dream that he's in. And again, he's just like, okay, it's not funny. Like just stop whatever you're doing. Just turn it off. Let me go. And then he's just like, please just let me go. And then nothing's happening. And then he goes back home, like, just bothered. So then we get these really cool transition pages where Mark goes to Art and gets his costume. Art is like, I've never had to do an order this quick with that much detail. Yeah, like, it's exactly what he, like, and like, Mark's like, yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, like, who are you again? And like, all that stuff. So like, there's that, and we see the bulletproof costume on the rack. So then, yeah, Mark's just speeding things along now. So then, he gets his costume early. He takes out Titan, early, with their first interaction. And I like how they say, oh, we should have gotten Kill Cannon for this. So there's that. And then he goes to the team and fights the Mahler twins before they can even enact their plans that they did earlier in the series. He arrests D.A. Sinclair early, and it's really dope. He's just speeding things along, and I like that. Mm-hmm. But then I did put this panel here in between, like, these two pages, but like, he's like, he's trying to convince us, like, you're doing the right thing, you're making a difference, all that stuff. And then, like, he's just like, oh God, like, I can't do this. And then he just flies in silence. And then we get this page here where he's fighting the Flaxons again. And, he's just like, and Robot's like, listen, like, I know you're saying that, like, they're going to get old at some time too, but like, I don't know if we can question this. And Mark's like, no, just wait a minute. Like, they're going to get old. It's no problem. And then, they start detecting, like, Robot starts detecting, like, the rust, and then realize that Mark's right. And then Mark just says, holy crap, to realize, that his dad is watching him and points out that, like, he's a superhero now. And he's just like, shit. And then he's just like, listen, like, we'll talk about this when we get home. And then it transitions again to Mark and at the dinner table, and, like, they're just silent. And Debbie's like, I don't know what's going on here. Y'all better settle this before I have to get in the middle of it. So go wash dishes.
Debbie doesn't want to get involved.
Yeah. So they're talking over dishes, and then Mark's like, why wouldn't, like, look, Nolan's like, okay, like, why didn't you want to tell me about your powers? And he's like, like, Mark's like, I was trying to figure out how to tell you. And literally, like, Nolan said, he literally could have just said, look, Dad, I got my powers, and as simple as that. Which is, again, what Mark did last time.
He was very excited last time.
Exactly. And then, like, he's like, why would you want to keep this news from me? And he's like, yeah, can we just talk outside? So they go outside in the sky in costume. And we get this, I have this page too, where he's like, like, Mark's just uncertain. And he's like, and Dad, and Nolan just questions, like, Mark, and is like, he answers, do you love me? And he's just like, wait, what? Like, why would you ask me that question? And he's just like, because I need an answer, Dad. Like, because I need you to think about it. Like, do you like really consider it and, like, give me a really genuine answer? Mom and me, do you love us? And Nolan looks at him, thinks for a second, and then is like, yes, I do love you guys. And it's like, I truly love you and your mother deeply. And it's like, like, they're both very important to me. And it's like, okay, then listen to me, okay? Like, please, Dad, don't conquer the planet. And then Nolan looks at him and balling his hand into a fist. And that's how this issue ends. So, thoughts on 124, aka Reboot Part 1?
I like the concept that it's just Mark going back, but he has all of his future knowledge.
Yeah.
Because him just doing stuff differently isn't as interesting, but like this is a completely different way he approaches his father.
Yeah.
And we see it has, I don't know. I like these issues because it gives you more perspective on how certain characters think.
Yeah.
Like Robot, he's very aware of what he's capable of. And like, we learn exactly how much Monster Girl changed him, but also how much she didn't quite make it all the way.
Yeah, and also like Flax being on the Flaxen planet really was a factor as well. So
yeah, because he wouldn't have the idea that he could take over otherwise. He just wanted to be a good hero at this point.
I think a good way to put it is like these issues aren't really about Mark. They're all just about the villains that we faced so far. And like, what if they were put in these new scenarios?
Yeah.
You know? And this is just a good mechanism to do it.
Yeah, it's just like you. I mean, I'll say this like just with this issue, but like just the event in general is just like kind of like a celebration of like how far Mark has come as a person and like all the obstacles he has to face ever since like issue 1. And but like this here, right, what's gonna happen with Nolan to see if like will he actually change or not? Like if what Mark telling him like what he's gonna do ahead of time is gonna actually change anything, we don't really know until next issue. But for so far, it's a great start. It's a very interesting start. Like again, like it's just what you said, Christian, and what Demoan said. It's just like like it's focusing on like the characters are as important to this event, especially as not just like Mark's journey as well, like in this event as well. So yeah,
right.
But I will say though, like there is a purpose, like to foreshadow the audience. There's a purpose on why this being brought Mark to the past, and like why taking out these villains early is important to this being's goal. So yeah, So yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. It's good. It's really good.
No, it's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But anything else about this issue we want to say?
No. I forgot to put this page up, but like shit's about to get real. Off. But yeah, so let's go to 125.
125, that's me. So we're back to 125. Like Mikey said, this is continuous cover, so you can actually tell they're like cut off from the last one. Which I think is fun. You got it.
I said it's fun.
But this, like I said, this is one of the more it's a more action-based cover. There's a lot more going on with it. There's like all the blood, all the characters, but great cover. Anyway, we go down, and Mark is still trying to talk his father down, and he tries to tell his father exactly what's going to happen. He gives him the play-by-play. He's like, well, first, now that I have powers, you gotta tell the people that are in charge of you, and you gotta start making plans to take over. You'll kill the Guardians because they could slow you down, and like you'll be lying the whole time. And you want me to turn on my people and my mom, and all the people of Earth, but I'll refuse. You try to talk sense into me. I don't listen. We fight. You nearly kill me, but stop before you do. And later on, I learned that you hesitated because of how much you loved me. And he doesn't know. I don't know. But after he finishes that, he like flies closer to his dad and says, I don't know what's going through your head right now. This probably all sounds crazy, and I don't really want to fight you. Only for his father to sucker punch him. His father is assuring him he can't defy the Viltrum Empire. And Mark's like, I'm not defying them, I'm defying you. Yes.
I was saying, like, I loved this a lot because, like, it just comes to show that, like, no matter how hard you're, like, even though with all of his future knowledge, no matter how hard he tries to convince his father to, like, to change, some things in every timeline don't change. He's gonna react the same way as he reacted before, and that's nothing you can do about it.
And I think, and we'll get to this later on.
Yeah.
Because he talks with his dad a little more, and like he goes through pretty much the same process of realizing what a mistake he did, except he didn't leave the planet. But anyway, they keep flying. They're having their fight. Mark's trying to convince him to stop. He tells him exactly how shit's going to go down. And of course, Nolan doesn't believe him. And he just kind of keeps beating his son up. And his son, and of course, he says he's not a traitor, but his son says you will be eventually. And they're flying and they're fighting. And Mark's trying to end it. And eventually, he gets all the way to the Guardians of the Globe base.
I mean,
he really punked Omni-Man on this one. Omni-Man really didn't see it coming.
yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked this. It was a good turn.
It was a good turn. It was very smart on Mark's part. But anyway, they land in the base, obviously. And the Guardians of the Globe are like, yo, Omni-Man, what's up? You're trying to take over the world and beat up your kid? They don't know Mark's his kid yet, but Mark does explain that he's his kid, and he explains that his dad's trying to take over the Earth more clearly than his father would have. And his dad's upset, and they start fighting. Wonder Woman, or I'm sorry, not Wonder Woman.
Warrior Woman.
Warrior Woman is very excited to fight Omni-Man because she thinks she stands a chance. And she stands a chance after she watches him impale the Immortal. And she almost gets herself brained, but Mark blocks the fist. And he just doesn't have a choice. And then we see this little flashback, and it's Mark beaten up in like this little dark cave. Like everything's just dark for him, you know? And then we go back and we see the Red Racer. I don't know what's his name. Red Rush.
Russian Flash.
Yeah, he's running around trying to get everyone confused. And they're trying to keep him off balance because they really can't beat him.
Yeah.
But they're fighting, and eventually Omni-Man just takes Warrior Woman by her neck. But I guess the Martian guy, is that who it is? The Green Lantern? He runs through...
Oh, yeah, Green Ghost.
Ghost.
Green Ghost runs through Omni-Man and makes him puke. War Woman takes advantage of this and knocks him out.
Mm-hmm.
He lands next to Immortal, who calls him a dick. And then for some reason, they tie him up in chains. Like, that will slow him down at all?
That's true.
Facts.
Also, I want to make a note here. I don't know if this is a mistake on, like, the colorist part, but, like, does Darkwing look black to you?
What are you talking about?
Darkwing.
The guy who saved Mark after his
Batman. Darkwing.
Yeah, what about him?
He looks like he's like African American. Like he does like and like
wasn't he always African American?
No, he was
white. His apprentice was, but not him, right?
Yeah, he was white. Like he was white. He was white. So I'm like, is this
the original one was white, but he had like an underling who became
Darkwing 2 is black. Yeah,
really?
But the first Darkwing was white. Yeah,
I'm 90% sure, and I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. It just bothered me when I read it. I was like, he's supposed to be a white guy? Like,
that's fair. Yeah. But anyway, as we continue, their Immortal's healing. He says he'll have a new heart in no time, and then our boy Cecil comes through his door and is like, "Hey, I'll take him." Also, Aquaman, I have to assume, is Christian's favorite character in this book.
Yeah, Aquarius, his favorite character.
Yeah. He comes in late as always, and he could not help.
You know what? I'm going to take that one. I'm just happy to see Cecil again.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, we flash to the Pentagon to see more of Cecil, and we're learning that Marcus told Cecil everything. Cecil's like, we work together. And Mark's like, yep, I was useful for you, and I can help you do a lot of good. and Cecil tries to give his condolences, but Mark knows his shit. He's like, you don't really care. Just give me a communicator. Tell me when something bad's coming up, and I'll be useful. But they do go to see Mark's dad. And Mark's dad looks a little sad. They have the talk, and his dad's like, he wants to know, did he hurt him? And Mark says it was a lot worse the first time, and he's real sad with himself. He realized looking back that everything Mark was saying was almost definitely right, and he was just getting angrier and angrier because of it. And he's saying, like, I did a bunch of horrible things. The Guardians, some of them were my friends. I feel bad about it, and I didn't realize what this planet had done to me until it was just too late. And he's just killed so many, and the planet's changed him. And he thanks Mark for making him realize that so quickly. Because last time he did leave for like at least a few months to have Oliver.
That's true.
Oh shit! There's no Oliver.
It's a world without Oliver.
Wow, Mark.
I was waiting for somebody to notice. I was like, when are they going to talk? When is Christian going to mention, with his racist ass that Oliver's not in this book? That Oliver doesn't exist in this universe.
You act like he didn't want to commit genocide on the Earth.
But Christian,
you act like
ever since Oliver, I will never forget. Ever since Oliver was introduced, you literally said this man is a menace due to the fact that he was purple.
Right. I was right.
I mean, Mikey, he is half bug, so I get it.
Oh my god.
All right, Demoan. You're not helping my case here.
Oh, were you not trying to take it to a race place, Christian?
Yes. Yes, I was.
Just remember, people, Christian isn't taking it to a race place now, but if you go all the way back to the episode where Oliver was introduced, he definitely did.
No, you guys definitely did.
No. I got the receipts, okay?
Okay, all right. We'll see. We'll see who's right.
But anyway, Mark, he gets a thank you from his dad, which seemed to really surprise him. And then that's just how the issue ends. So, what are your thoughts for 125?
It's good.
Yeah, I think Mark got a really deeper understanding.
I have to get more water real quick. I'll be right back.
Like at first, it's hard to explain, but I don't think he actually ever fully believed that his dad changed. I feel like deep down, he always had like this bad part in him that will flip to the Viltrumite side if he so needed to. But this experience that he had right here at the moment where like everything changed and no one is actually happy that Mark stopped him, I think it really changed Mark's perspective on him. Yeah. That he was actually a good guy trying to do what he thought was right.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all about like this new perspective makes it seem like, oh wait, my dad was actually genuine when he did say he changed. He didn't when it took Nolan so much time to realize that he loved Mark and loved Debbie and all that stuff, right? Well, Debbie more so than Mark because he knew that he liked
Bone a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But now having this oh no, he said no, everything he said was correct and all that stuff that quickly, he was no wait, my dad was, even it doesn't matter how long it was gonna take for my dad to genuinely realize that he was genuine about what he said. So I like that. I also want to take into account that I love how Otley draws the Guardians, the old Guardians.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so dope.
Such a great, yeah.
Red Rush when he's running, I love that shit. That was too nice.
Man, I miss Red Rush.
So I mean, even though he only was in one issue.
Yeah, it would have been great if he stayed.
Yeah. And also just to realize that when he also was said he was right about what Mark said about how he killed the Guardians. He said, yeah, I also killed the Guardians, in the in the dark where they least expect it to take them all out, which is what he did because they all died hella quickly in issue 7. And it also like kind of proves that like, you know, if they, which is why I liked what they did in the show, spoilers for Invincible, the TV show, but like the fact that like, yeah, like if they weren't put off guard and were actually like prepared, they would have actually were able to like, you know, stand up toe to toe. So it actually makes it with this new perspective makes them like, oh no, the Guardians just weren't weak, like they actually would have been able to stop him if they could have. Yeah, but I like that. But yeah, this issue dope. I love that. Again, it's just I love the fact that he just addressed like, like no matter how much knowledge you have of the future, like no one's not gonna. His reaction is still not gonna change. He's still gonna beat the shit out of him. But he didn't beat that. But he didn't beat the shit out of him too much.
That's true.
Yeah, but
okay, what was it all?
Yeah, but yeah, like any other. Do you have any other thoughts, Christian? Like, just you want to say before we move on?
I'm trying to buy more time to wait for Demoan to get back, but I really don't have anything else left to say.
Yeah.
So I was just going to kill time by acknowledging the fact that I have nothing else to say, hoping that he would come through that door any second now. But he hasn't, so I guess we have to move on.
All right. So he's going to come back before the issue ends anyway. So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But like, yeah, so issue 126, people. 126. AKA the Reboot Part 3. The finale of this event. All right, so great cover. I love it. It's the other half where the other third of the cover where like it's just, you know, the infamous fight between On-Man and Invincible. It's just a bunch of buildings are being destroyed. It's great. I love it a lot. But yeah, it's good cover, and we're gonna see what that entails. So to start off, we immediately pick up with the aftermath. Not really the aftermath, but Invincible talking to Alan on the moon.
Lanky Alan, the alien. He's so skinny now.
Skinny boy Alan. Not Aki.
No, Aki.
But yeah, he basically just, you know. Oh wait, we got a comment. Let me see right here. Do you guys know how far does the Invincible show go in the comics? Like maybe the first volume. It basically goes over the first 9 issues, I would say. So I'm gonna go those first 2 volumes.
Yep.
Of Invincible. Yeah. So yeah, great question. But yeah, so just to continue, he's talking to Alan, and he's like, listen, yeah, like Alan's just like, this is like really hard to believe, and he's like, okay, I mean, I know it's hard to believe. But yeah, like this is Earth, not Orath. You've been going to the wrong planet this entire time, and you were told to avoid Earth because this planet is in interest of the Viltrumites. I'm the son of a Viltrumite, of said Viltrumite, and I have defeated him. He's changed his outlook on life, and like, you know, he's ready to turn against the Empire, and like, you know, whenever you guys feel like you want to recruit him. I know you think this is impossible. But like, and also like your boss status is also a Viltrumite on the low. So like, there's that.
Yeah, they really just lost one Viltrumite for this war, though. Because now they don't have Oliver to fight.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like, so I'd make 3 Viltrumites ready so now you got 3 Viltrumites to make ready for your war. So like, yeah, there's that, and. He's just like, yeah, this just all seems insane. It's like, okay, I suppose it does. Let me introduce you to my dad, and maybe you'll make things clearer. And so we're gonna see that interaction. So yeah, transitions to the Pentagon, and like,
also, I this is something I want to say. I very much appreciate in this world how we didn't get to hear Omni-Man call his wife a dog.
True.
So I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, it's a good point. It's a good point. But yeah. So transition to the Pentagon, and Alan looks like he's at like a petting zoo, just like looking at no one, just like, this is just. I honestly had no idea that like I didn't realize you were a Viltrumite this entire time. I mean, the mustache was obvious, but like, you know, I'm just like, I hate to say it, but like, he's like, all you Biclopses like really look similar to me. And
2 eyes, you look the same. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
basically. The alien low-key racist?
I mean, yeah. Change the name to Alan the Alien to Alan the Racist. I mean, shit. But yeah, but he's basically just saying, just like, like, anyways, like, anyway, like, even though I find this hard to accept, like, I'm willing to believe that you'll actually turn against the Viltrum Empire, and like, no one just says like, yeah, like I chose not to conquer this planet, and like, I'm turning, which basically means like just me choosing not to turn my back, I'm turning not to conquer the planet. I've turned my back on my people, so like, I betrayed them and all that stuff, and like, I'm ready to like, right the wrongs that I've done. And he's like, dude, is this dude for real? Like, what drugs are you having on people? Like, come on now, he's more snorting coke. Like, what's happening? And he was just like, no, like Mark's like reassures Alan, being like, no, he's lived here for 20 years, and he's had a lot to like, think about his decisions, all that stuff. And like, but all I did was just made sure he realized that first. He's like, and he just said, like, yeah, it's true. Like, everything Mark said is true. Like, I speak the truth. So it transitions again outside of the Pentagon, where like Nolan is comforting Debbie, and Mark and Cecil are talking, and he's just like, listen, it's like, like, this is the way I think it should go. Like, he like the Viltrumites are gonna, they're gonna go against him, and they'll even like come for him, and they'll send 3 other Viltrumites, to make sure that like, they'll send 3 Viltrumites after him, and they'll also send 1 Viltrumite to try to recruit me.
Well, no, they're sending Omni-Man away.
Yeah.
Because if he stays, they'll send 3 Viltrumites to track him down.
Yeah.
But if he goes, they'll only send 1 Viltrumite to recruit Mark. So it's less Viltrumites to deal with.
Exactly. And we all know who that 1 Viltrumite is.
Fortunately.
Ugh. But and basically she's like, listen, like, you've already helped out a lot, so like, I trust you. And we get this moment with Debbie and Nolan, and she's like, listen, I understand you gotta do what you gotta do, and like, I know you've dealt with stuff like this before. And it's like thank you, Dave. Like, I like for being very understanding. And he paused for a little bit, and he says, like, I love you, but I think it's actually like genuine, like, again, genuine as hell that he actually loves her. And it's like, listen, like you say that, it's like you say that like you've never said it before. And it's like, listen, like, I never knew much about, like, I never knew how like what that those 2 words actually like really meant, but I do now, and I promise I'll explain everything later, and things will get better, I promise. And so him and Alan leave, and Mark, then Mark is just like, she asks him like, can someone take me home? And she's just like, I can fly. He's like, I don't want to fly right now. So then she just goes with Cecil, and she's like, like, will you be home for dinner? Mark's like, yeah, I will. Like, I definitely will. I love you. And then she's like, listen, like, I'm sure this hasn't been easy for you. It's like, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, no, you're not. And he's like, listen, like, but that's okay. Like, I'm your guy now. So give me your earpiece. Whatever you need from me, like, just let me know, and I'll be happy to help out. Like, I know that, like, Cecil doesn't need it because with their history, which is funny. But yeah, so that happens. So then we get these 2 pages where, again, more transition page where, like, he stops the elephant. He takes down the Lizard League before they can enact their plan, which is great. He stops Doc Seismic right when he gets to Mount Rushmore with Reaniman.
I love that Doc Seismic drove in his car.
Yeah.
He just thought this was going to be a casual day that he was going to enact destruction on.
How else is he going to get there? The bus? Dude. Can you imagine if he took the bus?
That would have been so funny. Like, yeah, but yeah, so he gets arrested. And I love how, like, again, like, he knows that Cecil already, like, used D.A. Sinclair to make the Reaniman already, so they already exist. But yeah, so stops Doc Seismic prematurely, and then, tries to go to stop the Flaxen's return. And I love that, like, they already recruited Monster Girl, and Black Samson, again, didn't die yet, and got his power. I don't even think, I think this is right in the timeline. Like, he doesn't die and get his powers yet till, like, a little bit later on. And there's someone in the back that I don't recognize. Actually, wait, no, it's Warrior Woman. It's Warrior Woman. Yeah, because the Guardians are alive now. Sorry, I'm used to them being dead. So,
no, understandable. The only one I'm used to being alive is, in fact, the Immortal.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else, like, I mean, I guess I kind of remember Red Rush, but like, that's just because he was the Flash.
Yeah. And I like how they're just like, in the battle, like, oh, like, it's the wristbands, guys. Like, make sure to get the wristbands, like, in this time. And so, like, Eve gets blasted. And Mark immediately, because he loves her, immediately goes to rescue her and he's like, "Got you." And like, look, like good. She's like, "Yeah, good save there, new guy." And I love how she says thanks. He's like, "No problem." And then Rex comes in and is like, "Careful there, Invincible. That's my girl." And then he's just like, you get this panel where he's just like over here, where he's just like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And now Mark's thinking a little bit. So then it transitions to Mark at home, and he comes in. He's like, "Yes," and Debbie's like, "Mark, you're okay? You want to talk?" It's like, "Yeah, no, I've been doing this from a lot. Like, I've been doing so much. I'm stuck on my powers. Let me just I'm just tired. I just want to go to bed." And I love this because he just sits there in his bed and just starts crying, and it's just like he starts breaking down. And then we just get this voice where it's just like, "But you saved so many." And then it's like, it's funny because he clearly isn't happy. And then the being that brought him here in the past shows up.
That's right. Blue tentacle thing.
Blue
tentacle
yarn. The blue yarn. The magical blue yarn.
Sentient blue yarn.
Universe blood.
Yeah, and so the sentient blue yarn is like, and he's just like, "Bro, what the? How did you get him? Like, what's happening? Like, you're the thing from the cave. Like, what the hell are you?" And the sentient blue yarn is like, "That's not important." And but do you realize how many people that you've saved? How much death you've undone? How much misery you've undone? Like, why are you not happy? Because that was the goal. Was and he just and he's like, listen, and he's basically like, "Yo, my life is worse. Like, this sucks." And he's just like, he's like, and then it just continues to explain the changes you've made. And I'll read it from the bubble. It's like your changes have ripple effects. Something you did prevented Eve from catching Rex, catching Rex and Kate together. Remember that when Rex cheated on Eve and Kate, so now they're happy. And but we read you, we know you, Mark Grayson, is that you would not trade those who died somebody to maintain your relationship. And he's like, "Yeah, you're right." So he's not mad about him and Eve not being together. That's not the problem. And then he's just like, "Okay, so you have already sacrificed so much. That's why we chose you to do this. Because you're the only one that we've ever encountered who could probably set things right." And and it explains the reason why he brought him to the past, because there's a balance to the universe and it has been disrupted due to all the death and all the destruction that Mark has gone through, through the entirety of this book. And things went so wrong, too many innocents have died. And we have seen the world, the world change in their absence. The amount of people that died, their deaths have changed the entire fabric of the universe. And and things we exist outside of time, so we so that they can see all the possibilities and all the variables.
Right.
And and it's just it's like your influence is vast. We saw that if you were set on another path, the balance would be restored. Which, and again, they're right. He saved so many lives. The balance is in effect. And he's like,
I would like to question why they seem so obsessed specifically with Earth.
Yeah.
Because the universe seems pretty big, but they're very Mark centric, and I get he's the main character of our story, but
But I think it's Kirkman playing on that other comic book trope. Why is Earth so special? Why do so much shit that goes on in comics always has to do with Earth, especially in superhero comics?
It's true.
So I think that's what he was going for. But he says he's agreeing with what they're saying. He's like, but you have to choose though. This world you inhabit, your past, it's real, it's tangible. The world you knew is gone. So now you have a chance to do things right, to save the countless lives that were lost throughout the entirety of your journey as a hero. And he's just but this path cannot be forced on you. This is why we gave you a taste. This entire thing event was a taste of what could be.
Could be.
And he's all the good that you've done, all that could be done. And it's so, and then basically Mark gives her a straight up answer, and is no, I'm not gonna choose this world. And then they're just what do you mean you don't want to choose this. Like, and then he's like, listen, like, this is my favorite part. This is what really, like, again, touched the heartstrings. In this other world, I have a daughter, right? Like, if I go back, therefore, like just because I have a daughter, I have to go back. If I'm saying yes to this, then my daughter will probably never be born.
It's true, because he says even if he gets with Eve, it definitely won't be Tara.
Yeah, they could probably have another kid, but that kid won't be Tara. And like we've seen through this volume, well, before he left, the last volume, the relationship he's built with Tara, you know. That's why the daughter daddy panels that we've seen throughout these past two volumes are here for a reason, you know, for this exact moment, this decision, in my opinion. And then they're just like confused, like, and they say like, we didn't foresee this because like we thought you would say yes. Like every possibility you've seen, you always say yes. And then again, like Demoan's point about, you know, Eve and Mark, even if they got together, like their daughter still wouldn't be there. And maybe it's like choosing this would basically be killing my daughter. And then he's like, yeah, like, and he's like, you would allow all these countless deaths, like, you know, that you could prevent to occur just to save one life. And then he's just like, yes, like
he likes his kid.
Yeah, like 100%. And he's just like, you know, like, and then they're just like, you know, how could we not have foreseen this? Like every single moment, like, you know, you have sacrificed so much for so many already. You're our last hope. Like Mark was their last option to restore the balance in the universe, you know, with all the lives that have been lost. And then it was like, and Mark's like, last hope for what? You haven't told me anything. I don't know who you are, what your motives was, like what you're even trying to prevent. This is like ridiculous. And it's like, you put me through hell, and like I think and like you think I choose to stay here? Screw you. So he sticks it to him, and he's just like you would be unable to. Yeah, that's our mark. And it's like we would be unable to explain, like, you know, like what we are and like what we're trying to prevent, like that, like, in a way that you comprehend. Like so, like, and like that's really convenient. So you're not even trying to try, and he's just like, you know, like it's true. Taking the offer would eliminate your daughter from existence. It's like, is there anything we could do to make you reconsider? And then he's just like, no, like I want to be with my daughter. And then she's like, you have doomed this world. You're a disgrace. And so then, like the light flashes, it grabs Mark, and obviously, again, bright light, and Mark ends up back to where he was. And yeah, so then he ends up back in the cave. He flies out, and I love how he basically says, like, you know, he can live with this. Like, you know, he's gonna try to make peace of this eventually. Even though, again, this is one of the biggest burdens he's ever have to bear, in my opinion.
No, I absolutely think that's true.
Like, you know, but again, he says, I can live with this. I can. He tries to convince himself. He flies out, and all the Viltrumite ships that were not Viltrumite, but like the Coalition ships that were there the last time we saw Mark, they were all destroyed, and he's just like. And like they look a little old and like decrepit, so like he's just confused, like, okay, what happened? Like, you know, he says, oh crap. So then he immediately, like, he's a little panicky. He flies all the way back home, right? And then he just says, you know, to Eve, you're like, you know, miss me? And Eve's just like scared out of her mind, and she's just like standing on the balcony, and he's like, you know, it's me, Eve. I'm sorry I startled you. Like I just, it's hard to explain. And then she's like, wait, Mark, like you're actually here? Like she's just in shock. She just can't believe it. And he's like, yeah, listen, I have to talk to you. Like, you know, these creatures showed up and they pulled me through time, and like, you know, they told me I could fix things and I could save the people that died that from, you know, our careers as superheroes. And like, it's like, Mark, like, what are you saying? Like I know it sounds crazy, but like, you know, let me finish. Like I lived in the past for weeks. Like you were with Rex, like how you were back then. I just got my powers and it was weird. And she's like, wait a minute, you were in the past? Like, that's where you were? And I was like, yeah. He just goes on like an excited like tangent explaining what happened. And it's like, no, they made me choose. They're like, you know, like they made me give an idea, like, you know, I could restore the balance, like save all the people that died, and like, you know, I chose, you know, not to, but I chose like not to do it all over. Like I did something terrible, and like, you know, but I couldn't have done it with what they wanted me to do it. And it's like, oh, and he's realized like, wait, oh god, like he's coming to terms with what decision is. Like it's actually like the stakes are hitting him now, like his burden. And he's like, oh my god, like, are you okay? And it's like, no, I'm not really okay. Like, you know, like, where's Tara? Like, I need to see Tara. And like, she's inside, but Mark, like, and then he turns around and he's like, Tara, and he smiles for a little bit, and then starts crying. And he starts tearing and says, "Oh God." And I'm going to say this before I go to the next page. Mark's been in that world for weeks, and the reason why things weren't making sense in the outside world and why Eve was so off that he was even alive is because Mark has been gone, I would say about maybe like 6 years, 7 years.
I thought it was.
What happened?
5, I think it is.
5 years, and he turns around because last time he saw his daughter as a baby, and now his daughter is a child, a grown child. Sure. And then grown up Tara is just saying like, "Are you my daddy?" And now Mark's worst fears come to life, and that's how this issue ends. So thoughts on issue 126, Reboot Part 3?
No, big sad.
Yep.
I'm sorry I lied to you, viewers, when we said we get more baby Tara.
Yeah, that was a complete lie. Yeah, this is literally Mark's worst fear come to life. Her daughter, like, age. He missed an opportunity to see his daughter like grow, which is a parent's worst fear, Yeah. And it's wow, like it's just wow. Like I literally read this, like, even when I first read this, I was just like, wow. Like I was speechless. I had no words to this. I just felt really awful for Mark because not only did he, had an opportunity to save every person that has been lost, not only like on Earth, but in the universe. Remember when, he made Dinosaurus murder millions of people? He could have fixed that. The Invincible War, he could have fixed that. The labs with the Viltrumite War, he could have fixed that. But then chose to disregard that for the fact that, like, his daughter wouldn't exist, and to now have his daughter be grown and not have seen her grow up it's fucked. It's a lot. So
yeah, that tentacle monster was a dick.
Yeah, the tentacle monster, I feel like could have easily put him back exactly where they took him from.
Yeah,
exactly.
But they really said, like, yeah, fuck you.
Demoan, just real quick, because obviously we've read all of it. I don't think we ever know
what the tentacle monster is. I don't think so.
What it is and what it was trying to prevent. I don't think it's ever touched again.
It was trying to prevent all the loss of life. He said too many people died, but I don't remember seeing it ever again.
Yeah, which I think is intentionally written that way because, like, Mark doesn't know, so we're never gonna know.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a story about Mark, not about the blue tentacle monster.
Exactly. But yeah, man, this issue is. I was waiting for this because, like, this is literally like one of my favorite events because of this. Like, this affects Mark going forward, like, drastically affects him. So, like, yeah, man. This is like Invincible War. I'm conflicted if this is better than for me personally, but like if it's better than Invincible War, like which one I like better. But like, shit, man, this Reboot is an amazing event for how brief
I like it.
So yeah, man,
because it is one of the more brief actual events we have.
That's true. That is true. Christian, you're a little lost for words, man. What's happening?
It's been 2 hours. Let's wrap this up, you guys.
I think it's the sandwich. No, it's the sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts on issue 126 before we move on to our final thoughts?
No, I don't think. I mean, I feel like it should just be final thoughts at this point.
Yeah. All right. So, final thoughts on the Reboot event, people.
I like the Reboot event. I like that it showed us the possibilities. But I also like that it took us right back to the main timeline.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, again, Robert Kirkman loves playing with tropes. a reboot is the biggest comic book trope literally in comics. Because shout out to DC, but they do it every like how many years. And like it negatively, it either can be negatively affect their audience or positively affect their audience. Mostly it's negative. It's rarely positive. So I like how they played on the idea like maybe we can start again, maybe we can reboot this whole thing, and then no, actually we're gonna go back to the way we started from, obviously, but there are gonna be repercussions, and this obviously with Tara, this is a repercussion of that. So yeah. Reboots, we've seen legacy characters with Invincible, that trope we've seen, so again, it's this wouldn't be Invincible if they did a whole entire reboot and started over again. It's not how Invincible works, in my opinion.
No.
Yeah, but again, great. I was waiting for this ever since we started. I know I've said this a lot for all of the events that we've done, but like I've actually waited for this the most because I think this one is drastic, very
Top
drastic
quality stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, great. Wait, so we got a comment here. Great episode, guys. I have a lot to catch up. Thanks for making it easier to keep up. Yeah, no problem. Glad you're watching, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, great. Any other final thoughts before we do the outros and all that stuff?
I can't think of anything. I think I got most of my thoughts out while we're moving along.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, people. Thanks for the people that have watched this, especially Martin Botello. Thanks for watching, bro. Hope you subscribe, buddy.
Individual call outs,
yeah, because we don't really get a lot of like random people commenting that much, so like we appreciate it, bud.
We love you, Martin.
Yeah, we love you, bro. But we hope for people who are watching this or will watch this, like, comment, subscribe, let us know, like, what do you think of Rex's regime, all that stuff. We want to know, like, what are your thoughts on like the idea of reboots in comics, like what's going on here. But yeah, so issue 20, volume 2022 is done, and to check the spreadsheet, God, like this is like actually surreal that we're
so close. Like, we're like 5 episodes away, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're not actually. I'll tell you, don't worry. But yeah, we're gonna talk about volume 23, which is titled Full House, which is a sitcom that I have watched and is obviously one of the most iconic sitcoms of all time. And yeah, that is going to be episode 30. And that will be covering issues 127 to 132. And we only have Demoan. After that episode, we only have 2 episodes left until we're finished.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And for Martin, just for real quick, we've been doing this for like almost 2 years. no, over 2 years about this point. So doing this, the end is gonna be sad, at least for me. But no, I think it's like, you know what? We'll stretch it out maybe if y'all want. We'll stretch it out with some bonus episodes because I saw bonus episodes planned.
We gotta do Science Dog.
Yeah, Science Dog. We gotta do the reviews. We gotta do the Science Dog. No Seance Dog, sorry, Christian. But we gotta do the reviews for the rest of the show. We still haven't done that yet, and I got some other ones planned. So bonus episodes planned. So we're gonna keep you all posted and updated. But Christian, you want to give what's your question you got for us?
All right. Who we bringing back to life, you guys? We go back in time, bring them back to the future. Who we bringing back? Me, I want Red Rush.
You want Red Rush back?
You don't have a lot of speedsters. It'd be great to have them back.
Honestly,
or Cecil.
Christian, I'm a little surprised. I expected you to say Cecil.
Cecil was my second choice.
Okay.
Let's be honest, he's an asshole.
Gosh, yeah. I think I gotta bring back the Fishman. I think he was the most useful guard. I'm sorry.
Useful guard. You
can't even say it with a straight face.
No. Gosh, if I had to go back, I think I would bring back Rex for sure. Not even a question.
Yeah. No, for me also, like to pull the heartstrings. Yeah, no question, I'd bring back Rexplode. That I always wonder, especially like what would happen if Rex was didn't die. Like what would his journey be like?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously we're never gonna see it because he's dead. But yeah, man, good question. Yeah, so put in the comments who would you want to come back? to life? Good question.
My dad.
No, that's your dad is alive. But yeah, so yeah, look, so put in the comments with that question. Yeah, so we'll catch y'all next week. Expect more bonus episodes because we want to stretch this out a little bit more. We don't want to end too abruptly. So yeah, look out for that, and obviously get on safe, people.